Yeah, I'm connecting with Yamni Reddy. So we are doing a test run. The show will start in a while. So we are going to talk to Yamni Reddy. She's a wonderful dancer, and whenever you see her dancing, it actually mesmerizes me. She's a Kuchipudi dancer. She I read about her saying that she left medicine and she went on to do dancing, and she feels that dancing heals. We are going to talk to her and know about what she feels whenever she dances and how Kuchipudi was ingrained by her parents, Dr. Raja Reddy and Dr. Radha Reddy. We are going to have her. Yamni, why don't you say hi to me? I can connect you. So, because we'll be starting a live, and Yamni Reddy is a wonderful dancer, not dancer, and she's also teaching dancing for many people. Talk about her dancing school. Yeah, thank you. I've sent you the request. Please join. Yeah, she has also started her and this is fine, fantastic.
Yeah, this is better.
This is absolutely nice.
Yeah.
So nice. How are you? First thing is, I want to ask you, how are you?
I'm fine, Jyoti. I'm doing good as well as can be in these times.
That's true. That's true. And you're looking wonderful today. You're looking as beautiful whenever I see you, whenever I see your concerts. The same you look. I mean, you look pleasant. You look very pleasant, very beautiful. And
Thank
we'll
you.
start, we'll start the conversation. Any of you want to ask any questions to Yamini Reddy, you can ask on dance, on her performances, and how she has come into dance. Everything I'm going to ask. If you want to ask anything in the future of Kuchipudi, dance, art, everything you can ask, you know. And I will ask her the questions. We are popping in questions. Oh yeah, please, please, you can ask. Welcome to the stage, Yamni Kuchpudi Master Legend. Someone is praising you so well.
Oh, wow.
You can't read the comments,
Okay.
Yamni. Once
I
the
know I
show
can't read
is,
the
yeah,
comments. Yeah.
yeah. Once the show is over, I request you to please, after read it out and just have a
I I
conversation with me.
I
Yeah.
I will
Just
after the show's
answer
over.
some of the questions. We can take it. If some questions we might miss out, so for that, if you could answer, it would be great.
Okay. I'll just be back, Jyoti. Just give me 1 minute. Is it okay? I'll just come.
Yeah, yeah, fine, fine, fine,
Just
fine.
a second. Few
Yeah,
seconds.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So I've been joined with Yamini Reddy. She is the daughter of Padma Bhushan, Dr. Raja Reddy and Dr. Radha Reddy. We're going to talk to her. She's a wonderful dancer. She's a Kuchipudi classical dancer, and I have read about her saying that she left medicine
Yeah. Sorry.
and she
Yeah.
went to yeah, she left
Yeah.
medicine and she went on to take up dancing as her career. We're going to talk to her and we're going to have a conversation with her. So, Yamni, tell me
Yeah.
something.
Hmm.
How do you keep yourself positive in this pandemic times? Because everybody wants to know, how do you keep yourself positive?
So Jyoti, in these times, it's very difficult because I know that at least, especially as artists right now, we don't have any concerts, and we are all struggling. And we love being on stage. We are unable to be on stage, and so in this such a scenario, we require a lot of self motivation. I think all of us
Okay,
require a lot of self motivation to be able to wake up, set our own schedule, and to be able
okay,
to do our own work the whole day. So I
okay.
think the trick is to always have a plan of action. So if we let ourselves go, I think we can spend our days just not doing anything also, and time will pass us
Uh-huh.
by. But I
Uh-huh.
think we have to be more proactive in such situations. We
Okay.
have to plan our day, and it's a great opportunity for us to do things that we always wanted to do, and we always thought we were too busy or stressed out to do it. So now we have the time to do all of those things, and you
Uh-huh.
can think of all those things that you always wanted to do, and kind of plan on doing all of them during this period. And of
Yeah.
course, a lot of meditation, a little bit of exercise and yoga. So, if so, people who don't want to do very strenuous exercise. They can even do something milder like yoga and something. But you have to do it because keeping your body fit also keeps your mind fit. So a lot of us,
Absolutely.
if you don't exercise, it actually has a very adverse effect on our psyche. We
Yeah.
tend to become lazy, lethargic, but that little bit of exercise in the morning, it keeps us more pumped up during the day.
Okay, okay, okay.
Yeah.
So you always recommend people that you should exercise, you should eat healthy food,
Yeah.
and keep our mind.
Yes.
So while this is a month of mental health, yeah, okay, this is a month we are going to talk about
Hmm.
these things also. So
Yeah.
people are, they're getting stressed out a lot.
Mm-hmm.
One,
Hmm.
that because of the pandemic, and also because the future, they're worried. So, what do you, being a wonderful dancer and coming from such a, legendary family, how do
Hmm.
you recommend people to be positive, and how do you keep yourself positive?
See, I think people should understand that this is how I look at it. I think we as humans have made a lot of advancement, and I'm sure we will find a cure and maybe a vaccine. It's a matter of time. It might take a little while, but it will come. So we don't need to be too depressed or sad that it's going to go on forever like this. No, there is going to be a brighter day, and we must look forward to that. Keep a positive attitude and think about the brighter future. Even now, we can always, like I said, exercise, eat healthy, think positive thoughts, and plan
Yeah,
positive
yeah.
things.
Okay,
And
okay.
these things really help. And as dancers, we are kind of trained to from childhood. We are trained to focus on our work a lot because what happens is that we are taught by a guru, but then a lot of our time we spend by introspecting inwards and thinking about a dance and practicing, and without our knowledge only 4 or 5 hours we are in our work, and just time just passes by. So you can find something that you love to do, and like it could be anything. If you find consolation in your work, it's great, you can keep working. If you don't, then something you can pick up a new hobby or something you always like. A lot of people I know, they love music, so for them to come back to music now, to practice and to kind of involve themselves in, this is a great time. Some people are coming back to dance with online classes.
Yes,
They are,
yes, yes, yes.
yes, so they are coming back with online classes, and they are able to connect again with classes. So I think yes, people should keep a positive attitude that things will get better, and we will get there one day. I don't doubt that at all. It's just a matter of time. So meanwhile, let us stay positive, let us do the best that we can.
Very true, very true. Now, I
Yeah.
always wonder, Yamni, I always wanted to ask the dancers, especially when you're doing this classical dance on the stage, what do you feel in the mind? Do you have fear? Do you have some kind of jitteriness? How do you feel when you do dance? I mean, what is your mindset when you are on the stage?
So Jyoti, maybe we have all those feelings before going on stage, but I don't know
Okay,
about everyone else, but I can speak for myself that
okay.
when I go on stage, once, maybe a little bit, maybe a first 10 minutes or so, I might take time to get into the mood. But once
Uh-huh.
you're in the mood, we don't even think about anything
Uh-huh.
else. It's just a dance, and what we are doing that consumes
Uh-huh.
us whole and soul at that time. And we are
Uh-huh.
not really thinking about nervousness or fear. We as a person, we just cease to exist after one point. We are the dance. We are what we are doing. If I am playing
Absolutely.
Radha, who's separated from Krishna at that point, then I am Radha who's separated from Krishna. I'm completely involved in that psyche of Radha and her separation from Krishna. So I'm not thinking about fear or nervousness at that time. So all those feelings may be before, but not when we are on stage. And we all strive towards that involvement, actually. That's the whole point of being an artist and going on
Uh-huh.
stage. And all the great artists and art, of course, you will notice that
Uh-huh.
it's more than the technical part. It's always the soul that the artist puts into their performance. It's the involvement and the complete immersion into what we are doing at that time. That's what makes it so special.
I can understand the when you're saying that I can really relate to the way you perform on stage. It's always been delightful to watch you performing. Now I have a couple of questions, and let's take one question and then we'll go to the other questions which I have to ask you. Uh,
Okay.
Yamni ma'am, for Kuchipudi, what is the main skill to learn for dance? This is Aspire. So what is the main skill to learn for dance? What does it mean? And I really
Are
want to
you,
know.
if you're asking about a skill other than the dance itself, something outside of the complete dance, see, music is very, very important for dance, but they both go hand in hand. So, in fact, in the olden days, when the dancer was trained, they were equally proficient in music and dance. Nowadays, I know that a lot of dancers they don't concentrate so much on dance, but I would say that you must have at least, even if you're not able to sing or you're not a concert singer or performer as a musician, at least you should have the basic knowledge of music, because it's very, very important for dance, and it goes a very long way. It's very important for us. And also the other thing is that as Indian dancers, often we don't concentrate on this, but we must work towards keeping our body very fit. And sometimes
Fits.
we
Okay.
need a little bit of external help other than our dancing. If our dancing is done in the very traditional way, the way we were taught, we had warm up exercises, we had, so many gunjulu, argalu, and
Uh-huh.
those sort of
Okay.
exercises, but we are not following that system right now. Of course,
Uh-huh.
you can get some external help by doing a little bit of training and strengthening of your muscles and everything, because after all, our body as dancers for us dancers is an instrument, and we have to think of it as an instrument which you have to maintain and constantly keep tuning, so that when you
Okay.
want to dance or you want to play, do the choreography, your body should be able to listen to you and bring out all the nuances that you want to perform. You shouldn't
Yeah.
be unfit or out of shape where you want to bend one way but your body is not unable to bend that way. So it
Absolutely.
should
Very
not be
true.
in that way. So these
Very
two
true.
things I would definitely suggest.
Very nice. So that's the answer from Yamni. Uh, so any questions, please keep asking. Thank you for your valuable inputs. Yeah. So, Yamni, I want to come back to this. Where is there any particular age somebody wants to learn Kuchipudi? Is it always good to start at an young age of 5 years or 4 years? Because I read that you started learning at the age of three itself. So, tell me something. What is the age? Is there any age, or give a light on it?
So I started learning at the age of 3 because I was in that family. So it was part of, for us, it was like eating food or drinking water. That's how, we started learning dance. But definitely, I would say that minimum age of 5, not before 5. I think 5 is a good age, because classical dance also requires a little bit of discipline, and the child should be able to take that discipline training. So I think at 5 they're able to understand well enough to take instructions. And also, it is good to start young, anywhere, 5, 6, 7, 8, whatever. Those are all fine ages. It's good to start young, because our body is still growing and developing at that time, so it gets molded well into the dance.
Okay,
So
okay, okay.
it is good. So if you want to be a performer, definitely starting at an early age is good. But for those students who want to dance just for their own satisfaction, who are very happy and dance brings them happiness, and where performance is not the main goal here. Here the main goal is to enjoy yourself and go through a beautiful journey with an art. There is no age limit. I have students who are even 40 years old, 50 years old.
Oh, very
So
nice.
yeah, they started late, and but for them it's not about the performance. it's about something that they love doing and being involved with that, so they enjoy it like that. So it really depends on what is your purpose for which you're learning this art. I cannot guarantee that if you start at a later stage that you will be a performer. See, that again also depends on the student because their body type, their involvement, their hard work and commitment towards the training is also important, including the guru's commitment, how they teach, how much time they are giving, how they're able to explain.
Depending
So
on the
it's a
student,
two,
all that.
yeah. So it's a two-way traffic and it's a connection between the guru and the student. So it's really a matter of the student finding a good guru and the guru being able to teach the student and the student's involvement and commitment. So there's so many factors involved in that. But like I said, if it is always good to start at a young age, but if performance is not your goal, then you can always start at a later stage also and enjoy this art form, because I don't think our Indian dance was really meant to be just an athletic feat of any sort. It was always supposed to nourish the soul. It was always supposed to be for our enjoyment as well as others' enjoyment. And I don't think age is really a factor there.
Yeah, the very, very nice thing, because I am very happy because now I can learn. I'm 35 plus, so I can learn dance from you.
Yes, of course.
Yamini, can you tell me about your school, the dance school which you are running, and how it is, and tell me something about your school. We want to know.
So, this dance school of mine that I run in Hyderabad is a branch of my parents' institute, which is there in Delhi. So, in Delhi, it's like I think close to 50 years now that they would have been running this
Okay, okay,
the
wow.
institute. So
Uh-huh.
now I have when I moved to Hyderabad, I decided to open the institute here to train students. So initially, it was more like I moved to Hyderabad, so I wanted to, just spend my time well with dance, and that's how I started the institute. But now the institute has grown from strength to strength, and we have a lot more students, and it has taken a more serious turn. And I have some wonderful. Students who are learning from me, and the response that I got was very good. So the whole aim behind this institute, whether it is in Hyderabad or the main branch in Delhi, of course, everything that I teach here is again an inculcation of what I learned in Delhi itself. So it starts from there. But we teach students personally. We don't
Okay,
believe in instructors. It's something that my
okay.
parents have always believed in, and I'm happy to take it forward that way. So I teach my students, whether it's a junior student or it's a senior student, they all get my attention and my personal attention and care, because there is no stage at which I believe in leaving the I believe that the student doesn't require my attention. Even if it's a
Okay, okay,
small
okay.
child, I feel like this is the important part. Your beginning is your foundation. So if you don't lay, like it's like a building. If you don't lay the foundation or the concrete properly for the building is not going to stand.
Not going to
So
stand. Yeah.
the foundation is the most important part of our training. So it's very, very important to find the right guru who will give you a good foundation in the beginning. Because if the foundation goes wrong, then you have to go back and correct a lot more. You understand? First, you have to unlearn and then learn
And then
all
and
over
then
again.
learn, and then it's going to be a
All over.
like
So it's
circle.
going to be
Yeah.
a long. It'll take more time, and so even if it, I suggest to students and parents that even if whether it's dance or music or any art form, even if it takes a little bit of time, find the right guru. Even if it's a little bit of distance that you have to cover to go to that guru, please do, because at the end of the day, it matters a lot. So even if with a strong
Absolutely.
foundation, you learn a few years and then you discontinue and come back. But if you have a strong foundation, you can always come back very fast.
Fast.
So you can come back even if you have a long break, if you have a good foundation.
Very
But if
nice.
you don't, then you are always struggling. Even when if you're at a senior level, you're still struggling. So it's important that you get a good foundation. That's why I like to concentrate on the younger children, because they require my attention at that point, because the foundation is important. And there are, of course, the senior students, as you grow senior, as you go a little older, they also require my attention, because at this point is a point where I want to teach them finer nuances of the dance. It now,
Oh, okay.
after a few years of dancing, where it's only technical up to a certain point, then you need to learn finer nuances of dancing, which again I feel, because of my experience or of sheer blade by being in the field and performing, I'm able to give them. And also a
Uh-huh.
lot of our students get attention from my parents also. So if they want to learn even further, they have the opportunity of learning from them as well. So they are, I think that way we try to give our best to the students.
Very nice, very nice. So there is
Yes.
always one blessing hand of your dad or mom for all the people who join with you. Any doubts, even if
Yes.
you have, you can just always
Yeah.
call them and take
For
them.
my parents, Raja Radha Reddy and Kaushalya Reddy also, and
Yeah.
they have always treated their students like their own children. In fact, I
Oh.
remember when I was learning, when I was younger, they used to throw me at the back of the class. They used to say, "You go back," and the other students used to be in front. So they've always considered the
That's the
students as
price
their
you're
family.
paying to being their daughter.
We didn't, in fact, both Bhavna and I didn't get any attention until we decided to do our Ranga Praveshams and go into our solo careers. Till then, they really didn't look at us too much or correct, chestunnarle, parvaledu, like,
చేస్తున్నారులే ఏం కదా అక్కడ
yeah,
వెనకల నుంచొని చెయ్యి.
yeah, exactly. So, and the other students used to, of course, get their lessons, and we used to just learn in the back. And, but see, the thing is that they always, they even now, they feel that every student is like their own daughter, son or daughter. So they
Absolutely.
always,
Very good.
even when my students go from here to Delhi to learn with them, they stay with them to learn.
Oh,
So they
okay,
are
okay.
getting the Guru Shishya experience, because that Gurukul system, even though it's for a brief period of say 2 weeks or 1 month, but they get to stay with the gurus, they get to spend time with them and learn with them, which is a beautiful experience, Jyoti. I think this is
Uh-huh.
something we are all missing in this day and age, is to live with our gurus and learn from them.
Learn
That
from
is
them, correct.
something, yeah, live with them and learn with them. That is a wonderful experience. I think every student should have that. It's amazing experience.
But yeah, nowadays it's all digital లో కూడా నేర్పిస్తున్నారు అన్ని అండ్ ఆల్
Yes, yeah.
అందరికి ఇప్పుడు ఫాస్ట్ గా నేర్చుకోవాలా ఇన్స్టెంట్ నూడిల్స్ లాగా ఇన్స్టెంట్ గా
Adi,
అయిపోవాలి.
that is actually a problem, because instant ga fast ga నేర్చుకుంటే ఏది కూడా correct గా రాదు. So we
రాదు
have to,
కరెక్ట్.
and you, this is not dance. This classical dance will come, it's like a flower blossoming. When you are also blossoming as a person, your dance is also changing with you. So as a child is growing up, they are also blossoming, right? So that dance is evolving with them, and and it's changing them. Their dance is changing, and everything is changing. So we should not pressurize it. Like I said, it's not something. See, here's the psyche when it comes to just performance. Here is the problem. When people just start focusing on only performance, this is what happens. Everything they want fast, so that the
ఫాస్ట్
children can go on stage fast,
వెంటనే
perform,
అరంగేట్రం
show their
చేసేయాలి.
talent. Yeah.
అవును,
So that should not be the attitude. The attitude should
అవును.
be towards the learning, not towards performance. Performance
పర్ఫార్మింగ్.
is a byproduct of learning. ముందు మీరు నేర్చుకోవాలి. మంచి నేర్చుకుంటే then you can like give
Then you
time,
can
learn
think
for,
of performing and
then
other things.
performance will come. It will come as
Naturally
per
come.
time, naturally come on its own. But that should not be your goal. If you make
Goal.
that your goal, then it is going to be a
లేదు
problem.
లేదు లేదు. నేను ఎందుకు ఇది అడుగుతున్నానంటే ఐ
Yeah.
రిమెంబర్ ఈవెన్ ఐ లర్న్ లిటిల్ బిట్ ఆఫ్ డాన్సింగ్. నేను
Mm-hmm.
నేర్చుకునేటప్పుడు అదే ఎర్లీ స్టేజ్, బట్ దెన్ ఐ లెఫ్ట్ 10th స్టాండర్డ్ ఎగ్జామ్స్ అలా ఉండేది. సో అప్పుడు నేను చాలా మంది పేరెంట్స్ వాళ్ళు అడగటం నేను చూశాను, ఎప్పుడు అరంగేట్రం అండి, ఎప్పుడు అరంగేట్రం అండి. ఫ్రమ్ ద డే దే హావ్ జాయిన్డ్ దట్ కిడ్, they'll be asking that question only. I've seen the dance teachers get vexed out of it, and then that's the reason I
Yeah.
asked you that. Uh,
No,
వాళ్ళ
I
మైండ్.
also tell, ante. Yeah, it's true. I also tell my students also, ante, don't be in a hurry. But there is a factor here that a lot of students, you know, they are studying and they after 10th or 12th, they feel like they cannot concentrate on the dance because they're going to go to college abroad or something like that. So, Alantapudu, given the circumstances and the see, it's a very personal connection. You know with your student how serious they are or what
How
they are going to
serious they
do with
are,
it
or
or
yeah,
not.
correct, correct,
And
correct.
so you have to make kind of an on the spot decision as to whether you're doing the right thing or not as a guru. And the students are also, now the studies are more difficult and they have so much more pressure now. They really have to deal with a lot more pressure, the poor things, you know.
Oh no, no,
But
no.
the fact that they're keeping up their dance, even through all that pressure and stress, is commendable. Also, mainly because of the reason that they find this as a big stress reliever. Dance is a very big stress reliever. It is, and so they love coming to class. They love being in this. But as we know that they want to continue their higher studies, and they generally tend to move out of city or town. So that's mainly I
Town, yeah,
find the
that
reason.
happens. That is
Yeah,
unavoidable. Appadem cheyalem, but yeah, it
that
depends
so that's
upon.
the main reason why the students want to do their Ranga Praveshams early at around that age. So then, of course, it's okay at that point, but it's a guru's call and the guru's prerogative to see whether they are ready for it or not. My father didn't think I was ready until I was 20 years old. So I did my Ranga Pravesham when I was
Oh,
20 years old. I didn't do it
really?
before that. Yes, because he just felt I was not ready to do it. So, you know, it's really the guru's prerogative to see whether the student is ready or not ready to do this. Yeah.
There are many questions, Yamni. We'll take one more question.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
what is it? What is the difference between Kuchipudi and Bharatanatyam?
That's a very popular question. A lot of people ask that
Very
question,
task.
and I've answered this earlier also. Kuchipudi and Bharatanatyam are like cousin sisters. So they look similar, but they're not the same. And of course, the main difference being that Kuchipudi comes from the Telugu region, so the main language that we use is Sanskrit or Telugu when we are performing, or Sanskritized Telugu. And Kuchipudi is also a combination of Natuva Mela and Natya Mela. Natuva
Okay.
Mela is the temple dances that the Devaganikas used to perform in temples, and
Okay.
Natya Mela is its theatre forms or the
Oh, okay,
street plays
okay.
or theatre forms that
Okay.
like Yakshaganas, Veedi Natakams that were
Oh,
prevalent at
okay.
that time. So Kuchipudi is a combination of these two, Natuva Mela and Natya Mela, which
And
gives it a unique flavor. So you will see some unique features of Kuchipudi. I'll just name one or two of them. For
not.
example, we have Pravesha Darvus. When we are
Uh,
doing Bhama Kalapam or
uh,
Usha Parinayam, we have
uh,
Pravesha Darvus. Each actor will come, dancer will come on stage, will introduce the character. Like I am Usha, the king of Banasura. She will do a small Pravesha Darvu about Usha and then continue into the story. Same
oh,
way, if
very nice.
Yamaduta is coming, Yamaduta will introduce himself and then go into the story. So that way we have Pravesha Darvus. This comes again from getting a style from theatre forms. And
Okay.
Vachika Abhinayam, which is very
Uh-huh.
unique. We have Vachikams, we have dialogues. You
Uh-huh.
might have seen Bhamakalapam చూస్తే
Yeah,
మీరు
yeah,
చూస్తారు
చూసాను.
అందులో that
చూసాను.
there are dialogues. So there are dialogues, and then of course we have our plate dance. We dance on the rim of a brass plate. It's a very unique feature of Kuchipudi. This is not a gimmick because a lot of people think it's a gimmick. It's not a gimmick. In fact,
It's not
uh,
correct.
no. Here it is believed that when the dancer climbs on the rim of a brass plate, then all his or her earthly connections are broken and her prayers reach directly to God. So, in fact, the Rishi Muni in meditation has been compared to the dancer dancing on the rim of a brass plate. So, that is the significance of
Oh,
this. Yes.
okay, okay, okay.
So it has a very big significance, this dancing on the rim. So these are a few differences that we have between Kuchipudi and Bharatanatyam. Technically also they are very different in the way we dance is also
అవును.
technical
When you see
movements and
itself,
everything.
I can understand
Yeah,
that,
when the movements and all are also very different. So
different.
yeah, so there
So
are
the,
these main differences.
yeah, yeah. So there's another question. I'm skipping couple of questions, which is, I've already asked. I've asked. I'm not asking her. So she'll anyways answer it later. So there's, what's your best performance till date? That's asked by Surya. What is your best performance till date?
I have
I know
given
there
a
are
lot of
many. There are
performances.
many, but yeah.
And there are a
What?
lot
What?
of good I said I've given a lot of performances, and I've
Uh-huh.
had a lot of good experiences, and where
Mhm.
I thoroughly enjoy performing. And there have been circumstances and venues and places where I've really enjoyed performing. But I would say I
Uh-huh.
think the most memorable time for me is when
Uh-huh.
I was together with my entire family on stage. There was a point where
Fabulous.
all five of us used to dance
Uh-huh.
together as a family,
Mhm.
and I
Uh-huh.
think by far that is my most favorite performances. We toured with that performance all over the world, and it was
Mhm.
a fantastic show, and people always enjoyed it. And I think that was my most favorite performance to dance as a family. Yeah, that I would, I think, say, yeah,
That's
that'll be
your
close to
your
my
your
heart.
favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah. So very nice. Have you ever felt అంటే యూజువల్లీ అది ఉంటుంది ఎప్పుడు if your performance are compared with your parents' performance, how do you feel about it? Do you feel that I have to improvise more, or do you feel, oh, why they're already legends? Why are they comparing to me? You feel little demotivated. What is running in your mind? Usually it happens, actor కూతుర్లు,
Yeah.
actor కొడుకులు, all this, like, doctors, doctor అలా అవుతుంది comparison. So how do
I
you
know.
feel? I mean, yeah.
See, Jyoti, in the beginning, I think I was very naive. I used to just dance because I love dancing, and I used to love being with my parents in the programs, and it used to be a lot of fun. So I never really thought about it too much as them being legends or gurus or anything like that. I never thought like that. And I still don't think about it too much about what they. Who they are, because to me the reason I am in this field is because I love to dance, and that's all that matters at the end of the day. And I am grateful, and I feel that I'm blessed to be born in this family and to be given this opportunity by God to
Very
dedicate
true, very
myself
true, very
to
true,
this art form. And
very true.
even today, every day I wake up and I thank God for giving me this chance to dedicate myself to dance. And I really enjoy dancing. So I'm happy that I'm doing something that I love to do at the end of the
Very
day.
true. You
And
have to ask
and
me because I always, from my childhood, I always wanted to learn dance, but somehow I couldn't. And I always envied seeing you because you and me are the same age.
I
So
know.
whenever I see you, whenever I see you performing, I always think that I am performing. It's not her. That
Yeah,
connection I
yes,
feel
yes.
whenever I see you. So seriously, what you're saying, I can really understand. Nobody gets that kind of opportunity to be a daughter
Yeah,
of such great legends.
it's really. And my I am also blessed that my parents were wonderful parents. Other than being gurus of mine, I don't think I could have asked for better parents in this lifetime. And I'm very lucky to be in this field and to have my parents and my gurus. And so when I dance, I tend not to think about all those things because I
Isn't
have so much more. So whatever people have to say, they may have to say. I may never be as good as my parents, and but that doesn't really bother me
very
anymore
true.
because
Mm.
every day I ask myself, why are you in this field? Is it because you want to be as good as your parents, as famous as your parents, or is it because you love to dance? So if the answer is you love to dance, then you really don't need to worry about all those other things. It only bothers when if you are in this for fame and money, and if that is your motivation, then of course such things will disturb you and will demotivate you.
Upset you.
But
Yeah, very true.
yeah, they will. And criticism is part of what we do. people, they, and every artist has good performances, bad performances. There will be good ones, bad ones. We will be criticized, we will be praised. It's all part and parcel of the game, and we
Very
have to
true.
learn to accept everything positively. Whatever we really believe in the criticism, we have to take it and improve on it. If you don't believe in it, you leave it.
Don't.
But
Correct.
that's, yeah, that's it, you just leave it. But you cannot let it bother you inside, because then you're kind of killing something inside yourself, and then that feeling that is bothering will take over your art, which you don't want.
We don't want. Correct. Correct.
Yes, so
Very true.
that
So,
way it is, yeah. Yeah, please
yeah.
go ahead.
Yeah. So there is a question, Madhulata. She asks,
Yeah.
ma'am, what is your favorite mudra or step? What is your
My
favorite mudra?
favorite mudra, I can't say mudra.
Uh-huh.
And how can I say favorite step also? But I'll tell you one thing. I know my father's favorite step. He'll
Okay.
put a mandi koppu is where we jump on our toes and flat. And at the
Uh-huh.
time that we feel like we are doing an item, it's 10 minutes long, 15 minutes long, nritta item, and you feel like you're dying at that point because you're so tired, he will put the mandi koppu just there. And then you
Oh,
were like, how will I do this Mandikuppu step right now when I am so exhausted from
fully
inside?
exhausted.
But yeah, but somehow you find the strength and you do it. That's my father's specialty. He'll put the kuppi where you will feel like you cannot do one more step. He will put it right there. And then you have to cross that bridge and that barrier, and you feel so good about yourself after you have done it, because you feel like
Correct.
you have overcome this great challenge. So
Uh-huh.
yeah, kuppi is his favorite step, and I also enjoy doing that. So I guess yeah, it's a beautiful step and challenging also, because if you do it for a long time, I think all the dancers there know how painful mandikoppus are.
That step is, yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Very nice to hear about it. Um, so we'll take another question. Yeah, Yamini, ma'am, really, how many years in this field and what is your favorite moment? Favorite moment, she has answered.
Hmm.
Not able to forget, which in few lines. She has already told that. How many years are you in this field? That's what they're asking. In dancing. I think she's from the
Uh,
age of 3, right?
yeah, 3 I gave my first performance, then I started training. So I don't know. It's hard for me to count like that. So definitely now over 30 years now.
Oh, wonderful. Uh, I want to ask you one thing. I read somewhere that you left the medical seat, వదిలేసి నాకొద్దు ఓ డాన్సే నా లైఫ్ అని వచ్చేసానని విన్నాను. అది నిజమేనా? అది రాసింది వాట్ ఇస్ ఇట్ యాక్చువల్లీ? ద స్టోరీ
Uh,
బిహైండ్ యామిని లీవింగ్ ఎ మెడిసిన్ సీట్. ఎవరు వదులుకుంటారు? అది వదిలేసి యూ కేమ్ టు డాన్స్.
So, no, I was always very fond of biology, and I wanted to be a doctor when I was younger, dancer and doctor, and dancing was always there. So when I was studying, I thought I'll be a doctor when I grow up. And then, of course, we finished our 12th exams, board exams. We went to the US for a tour. So there somebody offered me a seat actually. They said, why don't you leave Yamini here and we'll give her a seat. Let her study medicine here. So when they gave the offer, then I said, see, if I study medicine, I will not be able to dance because I will not be able to concentrate on it. And medical is very, very demanding. It's not an easy
It's a full time
sub.
job,
It's a
yeah.
full-time thing. It's very demanding field and also demanding studies. So I said, I don't think I can stay away from dancing. I don't want to stay away from dancing. So I want to be a dancer. So then I said, I told my parents I don't want to do medicine. I think I'll do some others. My mom was very particular that I complete my education and do my post
Okay.
graduation. So I said,
Okay.
Mama, see, I will do something else, but I don't want to do medicine because it means staying away from dance too much. So
Uh-huh.
then I did business studies and I did my
Uh-huh.
MBA. And after I completed my MBA, I told my mom, okay, you wanted me to complete my postgrad. Here is my degree. Now I want to dance. Don't ask me
Chalu,
to
now
take up
my
a
work
job.
is done.
Yeah, chalu.
You
I don't
wanted
ask me to
a
take up
post
a job.
graduation, I gave it to you.
Yeah.
కాదు నాకు
So
అదే
then,
అడగదు మళ్ళీ మళ్ళీ ఎంబీఏ ఎందుకు చేసావు యూజువల్లీ ఎంఏ కానీ అదే జనరలీ గ్రాడ్యుయేషన్ చేయాలంటే ఏదో ఒక ఎంఏనో ఏదో ఒకటి చేసేసి దే లీవ్ ఇట్ కదా. మళ్ళీ ఎంబీఏ ఇస్
I know.
బిజినెస్ థింగ్, అదెందుకు చేశారు? యూ వాంటెడ్ టు గో ఇన్ టు ఎనీ కార్పొరేట్ ఆర్ వాట్ వాస్ ఇట్?
No, no, I didn't want to go into any corporate. It happened like this. I was in school, you have to choose a stream. So when you choose your stream in plus two, I chose commerce. And when I chose commerce, then I said the natural step for continuing after that was doing, I did a BCom honors from LSR. So natural step was I got a seat in LSR, I did a BCom honors. So next natural step to take after that was to do an MBA. So that's how it was kind of a natural course I followed. But it was something I liked doing also. So it was
Okay.
definitely, I didn't plan to open a business or take up a corporate job or anything like that. But yeah, it was just a natural progression or
Progression.
path that I went with. So, but I'm glad that I want to say this one thing that I do believe that all dancers should get a good education too. And I have a lot of students who come to me and say that ma'am, we want to be dancers when we grow up and we want to be fully into dance. It's great. There is even for that, there are studies. You do an MA in dance. So that also has its own progression. So
Okay.
you don't leave your education. I think you should be able to stride both things, and where there is a will, there is a way. So if you
There
should
is
be
a way.
able to, yeah, you should be able to manage both your studies and dancing. And if you want to be in dance, please go ahead and study dance further, but do not leave your education in between, because
And
education
then the
makes us
next
a whole
question.
person. Yeah.
నేను నెక్స్ట్ అడగబోయే క్వశ్చనే దానికి సంబంధించింది అని.
Mm-hmm.
యూజువల్లీ చాలా మంది అనుకుంటారు ఈ మధ్య ఎస్పెషలీ డాన్స్ అనేది ఇంపార్టెన్స్. ఐ సీన్ దట్ నౌ ఇట్ ఈస్ లైక్ దట్ వెన్ వీ వర్ స్టడీయింగ్ ఆర్ వెన్ వీ వర్ యాంగ్ ఇట్ వాస్ అ డిఫరెంట్ థింగ్. ఇప్పుడున్న
Mm.
వాళ్ళకి ఐ సీన్ దట్ డాన్స్ కి ఇంపార్టెన్స్ ఇస్తున్నారు చాలా వరకు. దే వాంట్
Oh
దేర్
no.
కిడ్స్ టు లెర్న్ డాన్స్ అండ్ ఎవ్రీథింగ్. మనం చదువుకునేటప్పుడు
Yeah.
ఐదర్ ఇంజనీర్ లేకపోతే మెడిసిన్, ఈ రెండే తీసుకోవాలి.
Yeah.
దట్ ఈస్ అంబిషన్
Mm-hmm.
వాట్ వాస్ జస్ట్ డ్రిల్డ్ ఇన్ us. నౌ
Yeah.
ఇప్పుడు డాన్స్ కి
Yeah.
దర్ ఓపెన్ టు ఇట్. సో
Yeah.
సో ఇప్పుడు డాన్స్ ని కెరియర్ గా తీసుకోవచ్చా? లైక్ అదే కెరియర్, అదే లైఫ్, ఇంకా అక్కడే డబ్బులు సంపాదించడం, అక్కడే సెటిల్మెంట్, అక్కడే పెళ్లి షాదీ అంతా సెటిల్ సంథింగ్ అబౌట్ ఇట్. అంటే అది కెన్ ఇట్ బి టేకెన్ యాస్ అ కెరియర్?
See, dance is definitely a career for already. It is a career for many people. There are a lot of dancers who have made it their career, and but it's a tough career because as much as we don't like it, art is an unorganized sector in our country. So there is no like let me say, there's no step-by-step progression or career paths that you have in this field. For example, if you're in a software job, today you are a trainee, then you become an employee, you become a manager, then you become a VP, you become a president and CEO, so on, so on. You have that ladder to climb, and there is a way, and along the way you're getting paid also. Along the way you're getting good salaries. It's not that you're not getting at each level, you're getting a good amount of salary. But in dance there is no security like that. So if you're just
Correct.
depending on performance, today you may have a performance, tomorrow you may not have a performance. So there's really no security. It is a long struggle, and ultimately, I would say about the top 5% or only 10% of people in this field are actually doing very, very well and are completely
Okay.
secure. So so it's a very uncertain, and it's very financially, if you speak, it's uncertain,
Yeah,
and
yeah. I wanted to
you
talk
don't,
about it
yeah,
financially only
financially
because
it is uncertain. There is a struggle, and there's a very big chance you may not make it. So that risk you have to be willing to take if you're jumping into this field. But like I said before, this field also, unlike other fields, gives you a lot of satisfaction which you will not get in, say, I won't say not get in software. If you love software, it's a different thing. But if doing a menial job or something that you don't like, because, and also I think dancers are always in their field because of passion. They love doing it. They're there for
the
if you're
dance.
in it for
Correct.
if you're in it for passion, you will be at it, and at some point you will find your foothold somewhere. at some level. You will find it, but it's a long struggle, which is one of the main reasons even my mother didn't want me to get into dance,
Dance,
because they
okay.
knew the tough struggle that they went through to become dancers, and they had God's blessings, and they have gone up to that level, and they have found success along with lot of
Correct,
hard
correct.
work that they had to put in.
Very
So they
true.
understand that what it took, and so they did not want my mom, I wouldn't say my father, but my mom didn't want me to go through the same struggle. She thought I would be better if I had a more steady career, like a doctor, where it was more comfortable. But I love dancing, and that's why I came into this field, because it was important for me to do something I loved. And so as long as I'm in this for the love of it, for the passion of it, money may come, may not come,
May
I
not
will be
come. Yeah.
struggling with it. So if you're prepared to do that with, and you're passionate about it, please go for it, because there is no field that gives you a satisfaction like this field. And you will die a very happy person. I'll tell you that much. So you may not die a wealthy person, but you will die a
But you
happy
were a
person for
happy
sure.
person. And you live
Yeah,
as a
happy
happy
person.
person.
You
And live
live as
as
a
a
happy
because
person. Yeah, you live and
yeah,
die
I
as a
don't like
happy
that word,
person.
yeah.
I wouldn't say that you may not be a wealthy person, but yes, definitely you live and die a happy person. So that
Happy
is
person. And
there.
that's what you
Yes,
always say that, dance brings you peace and positivity. So I think what
positivity.
you said, huh,
Yeah, peace,
Chaman.
positivity, discipline,
Uh-huh.
and so much creativity. Being in a
Uh-huh.
creative field itself is a blessing, I think, because that is
Absolutely.
yeah,
Absolutely.
being creative is such a beautiful thing. It's what makes us unique as human beings. Tomorrow machines will be taking over a lot of things that we do, but
Do
creativity is something that is always
nobody
going to remain
can.
with us.
Yeah,
Yes.
very true.
Yeah.
Very true. So when you are performing in different cities, different countries, you have done it in out of countries. ikkada chesa. What kind of audience have you found difference in the Indian audience and the other country audience? How do you differentiate the kind of how they like your dance and the towards the art, their love towards the art? Is there any difference which you found?
Yeah, there is a lot of difference. First of all, being that when you travel and perform abroad, they have no idea about your language or your culture, and they still appreciate your dance so much, because that is the beauty of our Indian dance. It has the power to touch the soul, and it has
Okay.
a power to invoke feelings and rasa in people, and that is the beauty of our dance, our Indian dance, Indian classical dance, and it's so exquisite, so aesthetic, and every nuance has been thought of. In fact, centuries we've had dance has been, if you read the Natya Shastra, so intricately written so
Okay.
many centuries back.
Uh-huh.
Not now. It's been written
Uh-huh.
like almost like a science,
Okay.
that also centuries back.
Uh-huh.
So that's such a great art we have in
Uh-huh.
and so this art, when people witness it abroad, even without knowing the language and culture, they're able to enjoy it, and they touches their hearts. And they, I think that way I find that broad audiences are very open and receptive, and when
Okay.
they see our performances, they really appreciate it, and they really applaud, and they really enjoy. And yeah, even and here I would say back home, people know their own culture, they know their own language, so they are
Correct.
definitely have a greater know-how of this art form than people do abroad. So they enjoy it in a different way. They enjoy it in a completely different way because they already
Very
know
true.
it. And
Very true.
here they are also very very appreciative, and very, and a lot of people come to me and say, classical dance so boring, I don't want to go for this classical dance program like that. But I'll tell you
Uh,
something, that if you
uh,
have a good performer, and they're able to perform, even the person who's not interested, they come out of the performance with a great appreciation for classical dance. And so it all depends on the performer, how they present the dance or the program, and
dance.
how
Yeah.
much, and how the person is able to enjoy. And the only thing in our country, I feel, is that the audience has to become more disciplined. Because they're always moving, walking in and out. See, that sort of discipline abroad, they really do have that discipline of entering a theater, sitting there without
Sitting.
disturbing.
Uh-huh.
And they don't even clap in between the item that you're doing, because they feel like they're going to ruin the concentration of the performer, so they don't even clap in between. So like that, in our country you will find people walking around, going in and out, getting
Yeah, yeah,
restless.
eating
I
popcorn. Yeah.
Yeah, see, that is not good. I just wish that they could be more disciplined, and also if you sit in one place and enjoy that dance without being focused, without getting disturbed, you will really enjoy it more also, because you're getting involved.
Absolutely. I really understand.
Yeah,
Yeah. So
yeah. So
you
that's
will
very
only
important.
think of what the story is going on, how she's performing, her characterization. That will be your concentration. Antegani, they shouldn't see it like a cinema. That's what even I felt
Yeah,
when I watched it. What I can relate to what you're saying because even I feel
and
the
they should
same.
keep their mobile phones on silent and not check it, or these are
Ah,
some basic etiquettes
very true.
of watching a performance, because you're not only you are checking your phone, you're also disturbing the person next to you.
Person who
So
is
even by
next to you.
if they are enjoying the performance, then you are disturbing them by taking out your phone, or going in and out, so you're not even letting the other person enjoy.
Very
and
true.
not
Very true.
and not to say that you're of course disturbing the performer on stage, because
Very true.
they may look like something that's happening, but we can see everything from our side also.
Oh,
That is
is that
happening.
so? Is that so? I didn't know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
at least to a certain extent we can see it is
Oh, yeah.
visible, so it
Okay.
can be disturbing to us also. Flash
Very.
photography and all these
Oh
things,
no.
they
Oh no.
they're a little
Oh no.
disturbing for us also. Yes.
Very true. Very true. Nice that you gave us a light on it. Now let's take another question. It's from Shobha. Is it true that we learn dance and stop? We put on weight.
Well, dance, like any other exercise, is I see what happens is that when we are dancing or we are exercising, we tend to eat more, because our body requires more extra calories, because we are burning them. Right? Say if I'm practicing 4 hours in a day, I need the extra calories, so I eat more food. But the mistake people make is that when they stop dancing, they still continue eating that extra calories, and they don't stop that. So you have to have a diet which is one way when you're dancing, one way when you're not dancing. If you're going to continue the same way, you're eating the same way that you are eating when you were dancing, you are definitely going to put on weight, because most of
Oh.
our weight comes from eating only, Jyoti. It does not
Uh-huh.
we don't lose weight so much from exercise as we do from eating. So if we change our
Okay.
eating habits, that actually leads to a lot of weight loss. Not the exercise. The exercise contributes about 25-30%, but not more than that. The exercise is to keep us fit, not to make us slim, so that our muscles are fit, our joints are fit, our body is fit. But if you want to lose weight, you've got to make changes to your diet. And like I said, we tend to eat more when we are dancing. So if you stop dancing, then cut back on your food also. Then you will be able to maintain yourself.
That's nicely said. That's how it is, it's 30% of your exercise and 70% of your I'm sorry, 30%
Diet
of
change.
your diet change, yeah. So,
Yeah.
Yamini ma'am, thanks for sharing life moments and Kuchipudi moments to gain a lot of knowledge. Yeah, she's been telling lots of her performances and everything. There are many people, Kishore, Krishna, Lakshman, Neetu, you know.
Hmm.
So there are like many people joining us. Thanks for joining. And if you have any more questions, we'll take one or two questions, and we'll wind up the show today. It was excellent talking to her. So we'll just see if we have wonderful questions asked. Okay, Yamni ma'am, what is the main use of learning Kuchipudi?
Use. The use, there is no use of learning
There is no
Kuchipudi, let me
use.
put it.
Uh-huh.
You cannot make a use out of Kuchipudi. That is not a right word for
Word.
the
True.
Kuchipudi is a great art form. You will have Kuchipudi is using you more than you using Kuchipudi. So let me put it that way. So so Kuchipudi is giving you so much when you learn Kuchipudi, it is nourishing your body, it is nourishing your mind, it is nourishing your soul.
Absolutely.
So, really, without your knowledge, just from the sheer uh, activity of coming to class and learning, you're gaining all these things. So, Kuchipudi is giving you so much already.
And above all,
And
you're living in peace and dying in peace.
you're living in peace, you're living in positivity. Earlier, Kuchipudi in the olden days was used as a tool of communication. So many times when uh, they used to travel from village to village, and they used to perform stories about kings and queens, and then there would be different stories about gods and goddesses. See, many times the stories about our gods and goddesses are also to give us a good background of morals and ethics only. Each
Okay.
story will have its own moral. So that was the purpose of these stories. So their performers used to travel from village to village to communicate this set of morals and ethics through epic stories. And sometimes when they were there, they would also see the relevant problems of those times, and some issues that the people were facing, and they would enact them. And some influencers like the king or the minister would see the performance, and they would understand the problem that was happening in
Problem,
those
yeah.
days, and then they would address it. So that way it was always kind of a tool of communication also. So now we are not using it as much as a tool of communication, but more like a tool of well-being, let me put it that way. Yeah.
Well being,
So
very
yeah.
true.
Yes.
It's, yeah. So we'll take one final question. Can we learn classical dance at middle age? I think she has answered it. I've asked it. So
Yes,
there's
if your
another question.
main aim is not to be a performer, you can, and you just want to do it for your own enjoyment and satisfaction, you can start.
Yeah, Shobha, that's the answer. You can start dancing at any age. You know,
Yeah.
it depends. She also explained a lot about it. You can, revisit this video once it is posted. She has explained very well how dance performances, the relationship between the guru and the, student. So we'll wind up the show today. It was excellent talking to you, Yamni. You
Yes.
gave lot of things, and finally, before we end this show, tell me something. What kind of a message you want to give to the people who want to take up dance, who would like to make it as a career, who want to love dance, and who are in the process of taking up dance, even to the parents, even to the kids, whoever it is. What kind of a message do you want to tell?
I want to tell all the future performers who want to take up dance as a career that this is a long struggle, but I want you to be involved in this with a lot of passion and stick with it, because you will never go back empty handed from this career. You will always go back with something, and something that is greater than money and that has greater value and significance than money. So stick with it, be passionate, and please practice. Practice is very, very important. If you want to be a performer, you must practice every day without fail, because that is the hard work that you have to put into this field. So do not think that you can get away without practicing and go directly on stage. I would suggest that a lot of practice is required. So please practice, be passionate, dance from the heart, and you will always benefit from this.
Very nicely said. Dance from the heart. One final question I want to ask you. I skipped it. How many hours of practice or sadhana you do every day, even in spite of so many performances and so many dance and being so popular? ఎంతసేపు చేస్తారు మీరు dance practice?
I try to put in at least 2 to 3 hours of practice every day, Jyoti. But it varies also. Now I have a son who's about 8 years old, and so
Okay.
after having a baby, also, like earlier, I could be involved in dance, and that was all my life. I used to be in it 4 hours, 5 hours, 6 hours, 8 hours, whatever time you required, I could give it. But now, after having a child, which is again a very beautiful thing, being a mother, and again, being a mother has added to my dance. It
Very
has made me a
true.
better dancer, because
Oh.
it has opened up a whole gamut of emotions and a whole new dimension which was not there to my personality earlier. So yes, so now trying to juggle as a working mom, trying to juggle many things. For my practice, for my sadhana, I keep at least 2 to 3 hours. I try to put into this practice every day. Yes.
Very nice, very nice. So she has very clearly said there is the importance is practice and dance from the heart. And one more question I'll take. Don't you think we need to promote dance forms in the more innovative ways to reach many people, reach all?
Of course, we have to. We have to change with the times. Dance itself has evolved from what it was earlier. You are not seeing dance the way it used to be performed, say, about 40, 50 years back. What you're seeing
Yeah,
dance today is
yeah.
different. For example, I tell you, for Bhamakalapam itself was performed over 4 nights earlier in episodes. It was to be long. But now we see Bhama Kalapam in an encapsulated form of 1 hour, 1.5, two
Okay,
maybe,
okay,
at
okay.
a stretch.
Oh,
So
oh, okay.
every forms of presentation change. We have to adapt with the modern times. My parents themselves, when they traveled a lot as Kuchipudi performers, they saw abroad. They traveled abroad and they saw a lot of international performers, and they adapted Kuchipudi to the modern stage, the style of presentation. They did not change the grammar of Kuchipudi itself, but the manner of presentation. And since our audience evolves from time to time, right now if you see our audience today may not be as well versed in Telugu or Sanskrit as they were earlier. Even our
Very
language
true.
mediums are changed. So they need a little bit more explanation in order for them to enjoy the performance. Because if they
Performance.
understand it, they will enjoy it. So that way we have to tweak a little bit, change a little bit of
Here
presentation
and there and
techniques,
make little bit
here, a little
organization
bit of
and more.
yeah, a little bit of organization, but do not spoil the grammar of the Kuchipudi. In the name of fusion, a lot of people do some very strange things, but I don't think we should really ruin the purity of our art form. We keep the purity of our art form. We find newer ways of presentation, and we try
Very
to
nice.
take it
Very
to the
nice.
audience. For example, in one of our concerts, we used shadows to explain the story before the story Bhagavata Jukam actually happened,
Okay,
so
okay.
that people know when they're watching, they know what is the story that is happening. So in another one, my father is very good at explaining the item before we go on stage.
Yeah.
Sometimes I use poetry to explain,
Uh-huh,
English poetry to
uh-huh.
explain an Ashtapadi. I'll
Oh,
do the
okay, very
Ashtapadi.
good.
Before doing the Ashtapadi, I will explain it in the English poetry.
English poet. Yeah. Very
So
nice.
that so that when they actually see the Ashtapadi, they enjoy the Ashtapadi
Relate to
because
it. Yeah.
they can relate to it better. So like that, some manner of presentation, lighting, and there's so many now technical advancement also we have made. I think all these things we have to utilize to our benefit and to make our dance form more beautiful.
Very nice, very nice. Thank you for giving lot of information, and thank you for even coming to this show and bringing in positivity and talking lot about yourself and motivating people to enjoy dance and being a wonderful performer. And I am also very happy to take your interview because it's nice to meet an artist, and especially an artist who enjoys dance. So
Yeah.
thanks for coming for the show, and
No.
have a wonderful evening, Yami.
My pleasure. Thank you so much for having me, Jyoti. It was really fun talking to you, and congratulations on your show. I'm sure you're spreading a lot of positivity,
Yeah,
and thank you so
yeah, yeah.
much.
Thank you, Yami. Bye bye.
Bye.